Yo, welcome back to the channel. So last time we made some fire. We made some fire in our crafting menu. Now this time what we want to do is we want to enhance that fire a little bit. So what we didn't do on the fire last time is we didn't add any weight to the fire. So when you do create the fire, um, it doesn't let go of the weight like it's supposed to. So we need to actually add that in there. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So go back to your blueprint of your fire. If yours is still open, cool, but mine is not. It's in fire. All right. And we also need to open our third person character blueprint. So open that one as well. All right. So back in the fire, what we're going to do first is we're going to add a box collision to the static mesh as well. So add a box collision. This will come in handy in a moment. I'll tell you why in a second. Put it right in the middle of the fire where the fire would be. And this box collision is going to be called like damage box. You can make it a little bit bigger too. So we'll call it damage box. All right. Now, we'll use that in a moment. But before we go on, when we make the fire, so look at this. So there's one that says that we're near the fire. We could turn on the fire. But when the third person character actually makes the fire right here, and they spawn the actor, we need to actually minus the weight, just like what happened when we made our weapons. Let me show you. So we made our stone knife, and as soon as we made it, we took everything off of it. So that's exactly what we're about to do. So here it goes. Here goes nothing. When you make your fire, if you can make the fire before that, and I guess after, I guess we could do everything after. It doesn't really matter. So after you spawn the fire, what we want to do is we want to take everything off that was necessary to build the fire. And let's go back to our crafting menu to see what was necessary. So in the HUD's crafting menu, it says 5 hardwood, 6 rocks. I think there should be some palm leaves to make that fire as well. We'll add that in later. But let's right now do hardwood and 6 rocks. 5 hardwood, 6 rocks. So since we're in the third person character, just find those variables over here. So get hardwood, which would be down here, and get rocks, which for me would be up here. We need to clean those up. We'll clean those up on this episode. So if hardwood, all we're going to do is minus however much hardwood it took. So minus, subtract 5 hardwood, and then set hardwood. And then what you want to do is rocks minus 6. And then set rocks to this number. Now we need to do a weight function. So let's pull off that current weight function so that it'll give us the current weight with the amount of things that we have here. Hardwood goes into hardwood, rocks goes into rocks, and then everything else just goes into where it's supposed to go. So here's where we could start to clean up these variables here. So let's go down this list here. Sprint speed, default speed, last name, rocks. Anything that's an item, we're going to come over here and click on it. So when you click on it, it's going to have this stuff on the right hand side. Right here where it says category, let's make our own category called items. All right, so anything now that's an item will go into that item category. And now we can open it and close it. So all of our items will be in one place. So let's keep on finding them. Current weight is not 1. Overweight, nope, knife. Stone knives right here. We'll put this in items. Torches in items. Any item that you have that's an item, just can put it into the items category. That way our game will be a lot easier to find the stuff that we need. Okay, so basically add categories to all your items. And if you do that, it'll all your items will be listed right here. So now it's going to be easy to just plug them in. So now we just got to find stone knives, plug it in. Torches, plug it in. Stone axes, plug them in. Scrap wood, plug it in. Uh, palm leaves, plug it in. So that'll get our current weight function looking nice. After that, we need to set the current weight to whatever weight that is. So set current weight. And then you need to do a weight check or check weight. Check weight. Compile and save. And now when we do create the fire, it should update all of the weight. What we need to do next is we've done the weight, we've done some damage. Then we do the damage on the player. So let's comment this real quick. Call it make fire. See? Make fire. Okay, we need to do some damage. So here's some damage right here. Take damage, enemy damage, bet. So basically we want to set the enemy damage to a number when he encounters the fire. So let's do this here. Go back to your fire blueprint, and on event begin play, which I don't think we've touched, let's create a new variable. We'll call it damage, fire damage. And it's going to be an integer. And I believe it's an integer, right? Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to cast it a third person character. Get player character. Then we're going to get that take damage. But what we need to do for real, is we need to set the enemy damage first. So let's set the enemy damage to the fire damage. Boom. So every time the enemy hits or anything, anytime he's going to get hit by anything, the enemy damage will get set first. Then he's going to take damage. So player take damage, and make sure the blue is hooked up to the blue. Compile and save. For the fire damage, let's just call it 10 right now. Let's compile and save. So we got the fire damage in there. We did the variables. One thing I noticed about the inventory though, the items HUD, I don't have stone axes up here. Let's add stone axes right after stone knives. Stone knives, duplicate. And this one, I'm going to call it stone axes. Okay. Let's just change everything up real quick just to make sure we are good. So stone knives need to change to stone axes. The binding right here needs to change. Create binding. Get that reference to the third person character. Get stone axes. Plug it in. Make sure that this number is at least 2. And we're good to go. Compile and save. Designer now. Go back. Drop the stone axe. Let's go down into this button. On clicked. We're going to drop the stone axe. So what I would do pretty much is copy all of this here. Copy, paste. And let's refill out this information. So as third person character, set stone axe. and get stone X. Okay, so delete hardwood, plug stone X into the -1, then set that -1 to the stone X, delete this set hardwood, plug this one in here. Okay, and then plug this stone axe into stone axis here, so we can delete this one. And then everything else should be plugged in. The execution pin plugged in, but we need hardwood. So get hardwood, and we'll plug that in. And now everything should be good when we drop the stone axe. So that's cool. Let's test it out real quick. So let's make sure we got everything we need to build our fire. And one of the episodes coming up, we're gonna have to handle sound. All right, I think we got enough there. What do we got? Hardwood 4. Oh, I need 5. I'm overweight already. Okay, I think we got enough right there. So we got 8 hardwood, 6 rocks, bow. So let's turn it on. All right, let's fix that. So there's a little problem there. So in the fire blueprint, let's go back to the fire blueprint. Player take damage, blah, blah, blah. If, oh, it says it's on event begin play. So let's take that player take damage off of that one. Let's just set the enemy damage there. We'll put player take damage on the box. So that damage box that we have, let's do an overlap. On begin overlap, other actor is third person. And if the fire is on, so do a branch, and we need to know if the fire is on or not. So if it is on, then we'll take damage. Oh man. Drag it off from the player and say take damage. There we go. So now let's test it out. Okay. Now let's make the fire. Pop. Okay. And let's turn the fire on. Now let's walk into the fire. Oh! Oh! Good job. Now he's taking damage. Oh! 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 Okay. Cool. All right, so now the fire needs to die after a certain point. So go back to your fire blue. Oops. Go back to your fire blueprint, and we need to make sure that on the begin play, we start at like a countdown. So delay, and we can delay for like what, 180, 2 minutes or something like that. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and then destroy the actor. So the fires can't go on forever. So yeah, now we got the fire in there, and that's all I wanted to show you this episode. The fire is now working perfectly like we need it to. It will die off in about 3 minutes, like we said it. So we're not gonna wait for that. But There are a couple things that we're going to come back in here and mess with in the next coming episodes because we're not done. We have to get something to cook on the fire and be able to craft with the fire. Just because it hurts us is not everything. So we'll keep on going here, and I hope you learned something. And I will holler at y'all in the next one. Peace.
Run to the money, on my feet, don't fail. The DA and the judge wanna do their best to jail. I done heard it all.